so I wanted to share something with you. I was driving the other day and I got this picture of this tree, and there wasn't anything really special about it. It just, you see the trunk, you see the branches, you see a little bit of fruit coming from it, but just a typical, normal, average tree. And then I began to see roots go very, very deep into the ground. And I had this sense that was symbolizing myself in the spirit of like what God was doing in me. And the roots just kept going down and down and down. And I'm right next to this tree that you can see, the average tree. And so my roots, and there's just so many roots, and you just see them continue to go deep, 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 deep. And then all of a sudden, those roots are so deep that the tree begins to flourish, and it's huge, and it's beautiful, it's ginormous, and it's got all this fruit attached to it, and it was stunning. And I just felt the Spirit of the Lord was reminding me, Megan, not only this was not just a word for me, it was for some of you out there as well, that you're in a position of not yet. Like, the things that the Lord has promised you, and essentially where He's taking you. You don't see the full picture because that's not how He typically does things, but He does kind of give you like, hey, I have this for you. And He gets you in a place of expectancy, which is so special and exciting, that He keeps us expectant, that we're not just like just hanging out like, oh, when's God gonna show up? No, like we actually get to partner with Him, and we get to be in step with Him along the way until we see the totality of that thing. But I believe He was showing me that there are many of us that have been in the not yet, and we've gotten discouraged because we've looked to the left and right. We've looked around us. Even maybe our circle is reaching something that we hadn't seen fulfilled yet, when we know that God promised us something. And in that place, it can breed so much discouragement if we allow the enemy to discourage us. Or we can say, I'm going to stir up my faith, and I'm going to know that my God doesn't fail. His word always comes to pass. And so we then get this opportunity to say, God, I'm going to partner with you in the not yet. I'm going to partner with you with where you have me now. Like, I want to glean everything you've got for me now, but I also want to be ready for the thing you've got coming. And today my pastor said something. She said, a prophetic word is a prophetic word, and God is not obligated to fulfill it until you get in line with Him. And that was so powerful, because what is that talking about? Obedience. God wants us to be obedient to the things that He's asked of us. And if you're out there praying for certain things that God's shown you that He wants to do in your life, but you're not being obedient to the thing that He's asked you to lay down, or asked you to pick up, or asked you to walk boldly into, and you're afraid to do so, I really want to challenge you today to just listen to Him. Go back to the very last thing He asked you to obey in, and do it, because it's going to reap a reward. And really, really and truly, yes, in the kingdom, God does bless His children, and we can see so many times how He blesses us, and all of that's wonderful. And but He also is abiding with us, and that is greater than the material things, or than the elevation, or whatever it looks like Him abiding with us, and us seeing Him in a fresh way, with further revelation, deeper understanding of who He is and His nature. That kind of stuff comes from the waiting room, when we are genuinely in the not yet, and He's broken us to rebuild us, and He's refining us, and He's pruning us, and He's testing us, and He's training us. All of that is working for something so much greater, and that's for the kingdom, but also for our visual of like our perception of who God is and who he says he is. And so yeah, I just really want to encourage you to be like the tree where the roots are growing super, super deep. And if you're hidden for a season, let it be so. Let the Lord do the work, and let your roots grow so deep so that when the time comes and you sprout up like this beautiful tree that I saw in that vision with all the fruit, it's not pointing to yourself, it's pointing to Christ. Because when you see fruit like that, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, when you see that, you see Jesus. And that's what God is doing in these not yet areas, places, seasons, is he's making us more like himself.